And there's another old rule of thumb that doesn't always have to be followed. Generally, you want to keep the head down so you're not looking up the nostrils, but I'll show you some exceptions to that. Sometimes with the head up, it'll just convey an attitude or a mood. Now this is a pretty odd image with her hair draped on the bush behind her, but I went with that head tilt, that nose up head tilt, just because it felt like I wanted something a little different, a little artistic, just off the beaten path. Now this is definitely off the beaten path for posing, composition. Broke a lot of rules here, but I just wanted something a little bit crazy. Getting back to Earth, this is a more typical example of the nose up for an arrogant attitude, but we're going for kind of a Hollywood glamour look with the butterfly lighting. But that butterfly lighting also helps because it produces a shadow under the nose, and that shadow helps prevent us from looking up her nostrils. When you're lower than the subject, this is just going to happen. You're going to be looking up the nose. But that's okay, especially when it's farther away. On closer images, we just want to make sure that the nose is in shadow. Now I'll show a few comparisons between tilting their head up versus a more traditional, more toward the camera. I think you'll see that each one has value, so it's interesting to do both ways, and sometimes it's good just to explore the face at different angles. It could be said that when we raise the head, it tends to squat the face from forehead to chin, making it appear less elongated. But I think our mind covers that, and that's not a problem for me. Quite often when people laugh, they'll throw their heads back, and that's certainly a good thing to do. One of the main reasons that I have someone tilt their head up is to meet the light. If the light is high, the head has to be high. For this one, if we had had her head down like the statue above her, you can see that the light is not very good on that statue, so we had to tilt her head up to meet the light. And the last example of the nose up, this was done in the studio, and again the lighting is helping us to not be distracted by a bright under nose.